Okay, and we are rolling. Hello, what's up? Celetra here, and welcome back to Maya Notes, the odd little series where I basically make tutorials for my future self and doubt anyone's actually going to watch these other than my future self. So here's what we're doing today. What we're doing is, on the shoulder, you'll see there is a new variable called global. It's not a variable, it's an attribute, stupid. Anyway, there's a thing here called global. If it's turned off, like it's right now, and I grab the scapula, and I give it a little rotate, you'll see that everything just kind of works normally. That's the point. But if I change it to 1, fancy shit happens because now this is disconnected from the hierarchy. In other words, I have a really simple shrug your shoulder button, which is neat. And now we're going to do that to the opposite side because it needs to get hooked up, honestly. So let's get started, shall we? We'll get to our outliner. I've already found where my shoulder is, and I fixed a bug from earlier, so that was nice. So how we're going to start this is we're first going to hide the model, because we don't need to see her, despite her being absolutely fabulous. We are going to make a locator. So under Create, Locator, boom, we got a locator. And we're going to call this thing the, let's see. This is, we have to have 2 of them. We need a root spacer, and then we need one for the other guy. I should probably look at what I named the other 2, just for some context. Shoulder spacies. Yeah, that sounds good. So, shoulder, spacey, right, and this is going to be the root one because we're going to have 2 of them, but I'll name the first one root just for shits and giggles. Now what we're going to do here is, by clicking on the locator and then clicking on shift clicking the shoulder, we can go up to, I believe, modify? Yeah, here it is. Modify, match transformations, match all transforms. That's what we want. So now that that is matched properly, we're just going to Control D and duplicate that shit. And then we'll rename this one to Scapula, because we need to have that set up. So now that we got both of these in the exact same spot, we need to do some mucking around with the joints in order to hook this up correctly. So, yep, I just checked my notes so we can do this. So we're going to pop open the model, scroll all down, hide the controls, go straight into joints, and we basically want to have the root and the scapula. So here's the scapula, and here's the root. And we want to parent the joints to the name locator. So click root, click spacey root, constrain, parent that shit. Then scapula R to spacey R scapula, parent that shit. So now that that is done, we need to leave the joints, go to controls, and we go all the way down to the right shoulder because we've already done the left side and we don't want to mess this up. We're going to make a group. Boom, we made a group. It is above shoulder R, which is where it should be. And we're going to call this thing shoulder spacey R, because this is the right side. Now, what we need to do, I'm just doing this quick as a kind of a mental reminder. You grab both of the locators need to be grabbed at the exact same time. So grab the root, grab the scapula, and then using control, we're going to add in shoulder spacey R. It has to be kind of in this order because what is driven is from what is, the driver drives the driven. There's a lot of weird terminology with this shit. Basically, you grab what's controlling the final thing that's selected. So we're going to parent this, both locators, then the group, then parent that shit together all at the same time. That is exactly what my note says. Boom, parented. So now the parent has these two little values, and this is what we want. So on shoulder R, we are now going to make an attribute. So edit, add the attribute. We're going to keep it at a float. We're going to call it global because it's shifting between the two things. Minimum is 0, maximum is 1, and we're going to add that shit. So now we have a global value here. Yeah, we're doing this correctly. Now, we're going to use set-driven keys to connect shit. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated, so hopefully I don't bork this up too badly. Set-driven keys. Oh, I clicked the magnifying glass, and normally you just type in set-driven keys. In this case, I'm a little silly, and I just kind of ran with it. So the driver is going to be the shoulder, but because it's like this, that means that I have a naming convention issue, and unfortunately, this shoulder R that's showing up, the reason both of these are showing up at the exact same time is because my joint is not named correctly. And for some reason, Maya has no built-in way to do suffix, which is dumb. So I'm going to go into my joints, I'm going to go to my shoulder R, and I'm just going to cheat because I don't feel like suffixing over 900 joints in order to fix this shit. So, shoulder R has a global value. We're going to bring back up my set-driven key thing. Shoulder is going to drive that. And now it just says so shoulder R, which is correct. We just fixed that. So, global. And now if we click the parent constraint, that's going to show up. So, I have a note for this. So in order to do this correctly, you have to set the root one to 0 when the global is at 0. And the root weight for scapula needs to be on 1 for the first time you do this. So shoulder spacey will be the driven. No, not shoulder spacey. The parent constraint as the driven? Yep, there it is. So with the shoulder spacey as that, with that at 0 and that at 1, on the global, we're gonna key that shit, both values. Then we're going to click back up onto the shoulder. I'm using the outliner here to make it a little easier. We're going to go global 1 now. Click back on the parent constraint and flip these values before keying both of these. That should be it. If I haven't worked this up, we're about to find out. So I'm going to show the geometry again because I find it helps. This is set to 1 right now, which means if I grab this, it should be free-flowing. Which it is! Oh, thank goodness. I didn't bork it up too badly. Oh, that's delightful. Okay, and if I click U and turn you off, and then do this again, the hierarchy's back. Beautiful. So now, we can put these back into our rig now. I have a group here called Spacey Little Bastards, and that is where I'm hiding the left spaceys. So we're just going to grab both of these, shove it in this group, and because the group is invisible, this is invisible, which is perfect, which means I've done this correctly. Holy shit, that is such a win. Oh, I think this is my fastest video yet. That is delightful. And if you're wondering what happened to the rest of Syl's controllers, they're fine. They're just turned off right now. I'll just turn them on for, you know, show-off purposes, because I worked way too McFrickin' hard on this shit. But yeah, also I gotta fix the pause now. Delightful. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, if you actually managed to watch this. And, I hope this helps. Have a great day. Celetra out.